So guys, welcome back to the channel, and I actually have another review for you. This is going to be the Super Mario Bluetooth Kid Safe headphones. Now you can actually find this at $5 Below, so the price tag is between $7 to $10. I do apologize, I don't have the receipt at the moment, so I forgot the exact amount I paid, but it was no more than $10 or so. You get a total of 15 hours of battery life, which is a really good thing for anyone that wants longevity, especially children, because they don't really charge their stuff, and most parents have to charge it for them, so that's something to think about. You do have built-in microphone, so this doesn't just work with a Nintendo Switch, it works with any Bluetooth device that has any type of connectivity, and you can talk into it, be it a cell phone, be it a Nintendo Switch, a Steam Deck, whatever you choose to use it. Now we are going to sync it to a actual tablet, and I listened to the people in the last review, and I have a nice little screen, and I wiped off all the smudge marks on this tablet so you don't really have to see it. But with that being said, let's get right into the review and not waste any more time. So this is actually going to be everything that comes inside the box with the product. You have your USB-C cable and USB-A on the opposite end, though you can pretty much use any USB-C cable like your cell phone charger, and it'll charge the product just fine. You do have the instructions right here, which I figure I'll just hover this over so anyone can take a screenshot that may have lost this, but I will show you guys how to actually sync it also. So it says the motto is VB26 series. I'm assuming that's what's probably going to pop up when we go to the Bluetooth and sync it, which we'll see it in real time in a few moments. But of course you have the speakerphone button right here, which allows you to accept incoming calls, hang up calls, and that's the only physical button on it. So right here is the only physical button. So this powers down as the answer, hang up, in addition to power off. And again, don't forget it has that 15-hour battery life. Unfortunately, I don't see anything on this paperwork that says it has a IP rating. I don't believe it has one for like IP dust and water. So if you are driving in a car, you'll be perfectly fine. If you're going to like a water park or something, or the beach, I would suggest put this away, keep it inside the car to make sure it's safe, because it doesn't have any type of IP rating. So I don't know what's going to happen if this gets wet. So just be careful of that. Now, with that being said, I think it's a pretty cool looking headset. You have little Mario right here. This is plastic, as you can see. Let me see. Yep. So normally with cheaper headphones, when you pull these back and forth, it gives you a little bit of resistance. This doesn't. And the reason why I particularly like this product, because normally when you buy things that are more so name brand like Mario or Naruto or different stuff like that, it tends to be official products that $5 Below got at the store, and I think this is one of them, where you would normally find something like this at Walmart or Target. You do have this soft felt right here, which is definitely going to stain over time when someone puts their hair on it or some type of hat. So just make sure you do yourself a favor and just wipe these down along with the earmuffs. They're not replaceable, but they are pretty soft, pretty spongy, if I'm being completely honest. I think it's a pretty solid looking headset for the price tag. Granted, the earmuffs are very small, so this is going to be for smaller children. And more importantly, which that section is coming up very soon, I'm not sure how loud these get, but I am going to test them on myself as an adult, obviously, because we should always test the products before giving them to children to make sure that they're a-okay. Just because the box says it's kid safe doesn't mean it's actually kid safe. It's always good to just double check it for yourself and make sure that the volume isn't too loud where they may, blast it and hurt their eardrums. Children are young. They don't really think of the future, and that's our job to do that. So with that being said, like I said before, it's a really solid looking product. I like it. It doesn't feel cheap. Believe it or not, even though it looks a little, I would say it looks a little bit generic, but I kind of forget that as a kid, we like these type of things, Mario products, toys, and things like that. It's really just built just to sell fast and be popular. And I think that this is a product that would definitely be popular, especially if you have a child that's into Nintendo or they really like Mario. Anyway, let's go into the next section, how to sync these in real time. So the syncing process should be pretty easy. Now, there are two ways to do it with most headphones. I'm just going to power these on. The primary way is normally you hold it until it blinks red and blue, but because Bluetooths are entirely different now, normally when you power them on, they're already in sync mode. So I'm going to try it the regular way. If it doesn't work, we'll do the secondary method. So I'm going to hold this. Oh, see? Blinking. So it's already in sync mode. We are going to go to the settings right here with this tablet. Go to Bluetooth, and just in case you guys are wondering, this process is going to be exactly the same no matter what device that you actually use. Just keep that in mind. Whether it's a Steam Deck, a Nintendo Switch, it's still going to work just fine. Now this says T2G VB. I don't think that's it. I'm wondering if that's the product. Let me just tap it and double check it. You never know. See what happens. I'm gonna press yes. Yeah, that's the product. Get out of here. So that's weird. It says the model number right here is VB26 series, but I guess that's not the actual model of the headset. That's just a series of heads. Oh, it is. I said it VB26. It's just I didn't notice that. So yeah, that's the product. T2G-VB26. That is the name of the product. As soon as you unbox it, you hit the power, you hold the power button for a few seconds, it'll automatically put itself in sync mode. When it's blinking like that, it means it's in sync mode. It doesn't have multi-point for the people that want to hook it up to multiple devices. What'll end up happening is you'll have to either unsync it to another device to sync it to a new one, or turn a Bluetooth off of that device in order to use it for another device. Just keep that in mind. So the sync process is very, very simple. Follow what I just showed you and you shouldn't have a problem. Now for the people that do have an issue, let me know. I'll do a short and send it, or I'll just do a short and show you the secondary method in order to sync it. So let's do this music test right now. Now these headphones can adjust to adult size. Of course, because the earmuffs are so small, it's more so made for younger children. But for video purposes, I'm still going to play it at maximum volume and see how loud it is and if it's detrimental to your child's ear, and what volume is the safest way to actually play it. Of course, test it out yourself. To each their own. Every child is different. Every person's perception of how they listen to music is different. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to place this on my head, and we are going to play Warzone first, because that is a song that has instruments in the background and it's actually YouTube friendly. You won't be able to hear it though. Let's turn this up. Oh, it's rich. This sounds really good and clear. This is crazy. The headset is very, very clear. Now, I do want to say this. I can actually keep talking. Let me pause it real fast. The headset maximum volume is not that loud. Now, keep in mind that the equalizer on this particular device is, I'm using the Samsung Music app. You can download it if you have a Samsung device. I didn't change the equalizer. It's on normal. I didn't put Dolby Digital. I didn't change any settings, so I'm listening to it in its original volume. And let me just say, the clarity, it's extremely clear. The bass sounds very, very good. The violins that's playing in this particular song, Warzone, it sounds very, very clear. I can honestly say, out of most of the headsets that I bought at Five Below, this is one of the highest quality. Now, the only downside, and again, it's not really a downside, but I have to explain how it is. When I play this at the maximum volume, I can still speak at a normal octave and I can still hear the music just fine. Now, some people may say, well, that's not that loud. Understand, they're kid-safe headphones. So even at 100%, I don't feel like the music is blasting. So if you're allowing your child to use this, or sitting in a car, or sitting at home, they're on their tablet, whatever it is, you can rest assured that if you play this at 100%, I don't think it's going to blow out your child's eardrums. And whoever made this, and again, I'm looking at the company, I don't see a company. I'm assuming it's an official Nintendo product, so that means it's a licensed product. Like I said before, this is something that you would normally find in Best Buy for probably $20, $30 because it's Bluetooth. For it to be sold between $7 and $10 at Five Below is one steal, and I can guarantee you that once they're gone, they're never going to be here. So I'm going to play another song that does vocals to see how that meshes well with the music. Fire and Ice. Again, this is music that you can find in YouTube Studio for anyone that's interested. If you go into the PC and your YouTube Studio application, it'll say like sounds or something, and you can actually sample all of that music, be it an intro, background music, whatever you want. It's pretty cool. It's playing, by the way, in the background. It's so crystal clear. I love these headphones. Fire. It sounds crystal clear. It sounds really good. The instruments playing in the background mesh so well with the bass. This is surprising. Okay, I like these a lot. Now, let me kind of give you more of a thought process of how these are. When you play music normally with Five Below headphones, the sound is always lacking for the most part. Normally when I do these reviews, I had to lower my expectations for some headphones because I have to understand the price tag that you're paying. This headset right here, if we're being honest, even though it's found in Five Below, let's be real here, this is not a Five Below headset. They may be selling it because you're used to bass jacks and iHome and so many different products. This is an official Nintendo product, and normally when Nintendo places their name on something, you know that it's licensed and they're not going to sell you absolute junk. This sounds very, very good. I can honestly say that I can compare these headphones to some JLab products that I've reviewed in the past, and it can compare to not the best stuff, obviously Apple and things like that, but even if I compare it to, let's say, a Soundcore headset, yes, it may not have as much bass, but in terms of clarity, this is a really good sounding headset. It sounds very, very good. I love the way it sounds. Just the way the instruments mesh in the background, even at maximum volume. Sometimes headphones tend to like falter when the audio comes on. Another aspect of the sounds, I'm not gonna say it dissipates, but it kind of just dies in the background if the bass is too loud. Everything on this seems very balanced, especially for a young listener's ears. And I can honestly say with 100% certainty, at least in my mind, again, check your child first. Obviously, if your child has hearing issues, check with your doctor first. Safety first, always. But if you're just buying it as is in Five Below, the 15-hour battery life means that this can go a couple days without being charged. A child's probably not going to listen to a headset for 10 to 15 hours a day, especially if they're in school, they come home, they want to use their headset, hook it up to their tablet, to their Nintendo Switch, whatever device they use it for. Just make sure you charge it. I would say charge it every other day to be safe because, again, 15 hours is a long time, but a lot of times we forget to charge our appliances, and children are definitely notorious for that. I like it a lot. The sound is wonderful. You can't go wrong. I really, really like it. So for the people wondering, this is the last section of the video. Normally I would give you a fit test, but because I'm an adult, I'm not going to give you a fit test. It fit me just fine. The bass was wonderful. I didn't have any type of issues whatsoever, but because I don't have a child personally, there's no possible way for me to really assess how it feels on a child's head. Though, if it can adjust to my big old dome, you know it'll work for a child just fine. So that's why I didn't show that part. And in terms of the built-in microphone, it wasn't really an issue for me because, again, since this is a kid-safe headset and it's a Nintendo product, that it'll be perfectly fine. If they're playing Fortnite or something, you'll be perfectly fine. Though, like I said before, my godchildren personally they go online, but they're not allowed to do voice chat just for safety reasons. You never know who's on the opposite end, so that's why I'm not even going to really do that section. But so far, the music is great. The battery life is amazing. The only downside is because my head was a little greasy. You might see this glistening a little bit right here. Probably can't from the angle, but you know, you're definitely gonna have to wipe this down to make sure this stays clean if you want this little strip right here to stay white. Outside of that, I like it. It feels good. It has a great battery life. The music sounds good. Off camera, I actually hooked this up to my Steam Deck and my Nintendo Switch. I didn't have any delays whatsoever in terms of sound. For the Steam Deck, I played Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring. I also tried a little bit of Cyberpunk, and recently I downloaded Armored Core 6, and explosions, bullets, all of that sounds perfectly fine. For the Nintendo Switch, for the people that skipped to this last part, I played the Mario vs. Donkey Kong game. The music was fine. Every time I threw an item was perfectly fine. I played Blasphemous 1 and 2. For people wondering what that game is, look it up. It's like a Metrovania side scroller. Everything seemed fine. I didn't have any lag whatsoever. Now keep in mind, some headphones do have that option for the latency where it's like a gaming mode where it connects and it's more in depth for the person that wants to pay attention to footsteps and things like that. Again, I had no issue whatsoever with this. I even tried it with YouTube videos. It was perfectly fine. The sound quality on this is definitely worth more than what Five Below is selling it for. And like I said before, because it's an official Nintendo product, if you were to look online on Amazon or something, you probably find it for at least $20, probably $15 to $30, depending on the seller. In reality, I'm surprised it's made it to Five Below. I'm guessing they had too many, and so it kind of went into a wholesale thing. But definitely buy it if you find it. Even if you don't use it for yourself or your own children, and a holiday is coming in, I'm telling you, if they love Nintendo and they like Mario, buy these. The sound quality alone is phenomenal, and it's better than any headset that I've gotten out of Five Below so far. And I've been running this channel for over 2 years now. And let's be honest here, this sounds really good. Anyway, like and subscribe like always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, be safe, take care.